Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nisha. I have a word for you today. Let's jump right into it. So today I want to talk about something that the Lord has placed in my heart. As I was reading Nehemiah, I started to think about all the people that God has assignments to that, been kind of heavy on us. And now is the time, because I heard the Lord say, I want you to build, that you are on the right path. Continue to build, and I will bless it beyond anything you can imagine. And so today, I just want to encourage you to continue to keep going. And when you got like all these questions, you don't know how you're going to do it, we need to ask God, who's a part of this, besides me, because I can't do it on my own. What is it? That's the thing you should be concerned about. What is it that God is telling you to take care of, to build, to be a part of? And so then you think about when the timing, when do you want me to do this? And right now he's saying, now, this is the time. I heard the Lord say that this is the time. So we think about a lot of these things, what God is saying to us. We need to know where are you going? Where is he telling you to go? Are you going back to your hometown? Is he telling you to move to another state, another country? I don't know, a different church. You need to know the location. Sometimes that's the problem. We'll try to build in the wrong place. And so here God wants to establish you in a new place. You need to know why, God, pray about these things. And I'm going to tell you this too. When I was reading Nehemiah, what I loved was, and I just love reading about Nehemiah. So for those of you who are in this season of building and you really don't know about Nehemiah, read the book of Nehemiah, and you just need to see how only God could have placed all these people in the right positions to get things done. It was not just one person doing it. It was a team. It was people who was really coming together working for the Lord. And so anyways, I saw in this season, I saw what I was reading and what I took from it. When they were building, when they was rebuilding the city walls and all the things that came with it, everybody had a part to play in it. And one thing I tell you, even the ones like with Sanballat and Tobiah, they want to come in and disrupt everything that Nehemiah was building. And what I love was Nehemiah stood firm. He stood on what God was saying, and he was letting them know, you are not a part of this. He told them, you have no share, no legal right, or no claim to Jerusalem. And we have to do the same thing. We need to tell these people that's trying to come in, which, like I said, they're all working for the enemy, come in trying to disrupt what God is building. I've said that in another video, like, be careful, because you're going to have some trying to come and they're mad because of the vision that God has given you, to do or whatever. So they want to come in, they want to be funny, they want to mock you, they want to tease you, they want to throw you off the path that God has given to you. But you stand firm on that. And that's what Nehemiah did. He stood firm on that. And even when the people, they worked so hard, some of them started to get down. They started to get down. So some of us are there to encourage our brothers and sisters to keep going, to keep up the good work. It's one of those things, like I think about the movie Glory, person who got to hold the flag or whatever, like it meant so much, you got to hold that flag. And so if that flag falls, then that's it. And so here you have somebody to come. He had somebody else come and help him hold that flag up, And that's no different than, let's honestly, I can go bring it back to what's in the Bible with Aaron and Moses or whatever, You're going to need people that's going to help you carry that torch. You cannot do this on your own. This is not a one-man show. And so I just want to encourage you that in order to be effective, we must give up some of the things that we enjoy, because it's going to take some sacrificing. That is one of the things that I think a lot of us understand, that it's going to take, some tears, in some cases, maybe some blood for some, but it's going to take a lot. And so the thing is, we're going to have to rely on God's strength. And that's why it's important to have the right people with you to encourage you along the way, because you will get tired. You will get tired if you're trying to do it in your own strength. So sometimes we're going to have to make sure we do that. And I'm going to tell you another thing too, what I love about Nehemiah. Nehemiah prayed before it. Nehemiah prayed during it, and Nehemiah prayed at the end. He kept himself girded up. He kept himself where he was so focused on God, and he always gave the credit back to God because they had built that within 52 days. And so we don't have to stretch this thing out and make it longer than what it needs to be or whatever. If God is in it, and if we are seeking him, if we are staying in his presence, and we are praying, and we are lining our ways up with his will and his ways, everything is going to work out according to what the Lord has planned. So remember what I said. We need to remember, ask God who it is. Who's a part of this, God? That's okay. You're going to have some that you just, yes, they might can do all this stuff and looks good on paperwork, and they look like they can do this. You don't want just people just because, oh, you just got a talent. No, you want to make sure that they're assigned to you, that they're assigned to whatever this project that God has you working on. Make sure these are the right people, because see, when it's not the right ones, guess what? Now all of a sudden, these opinions will come in, and it'll disrupt and delay things. And we don't want to delay what God has, what God is wanting us to do. I don't know about you guys, but I've been delayed before. And so it's really not a good thing or whatever, and I just think, once again, delayed obedience is still disobedience. We hear it all the time. It really is, because you didn't do exactly what God had told you to do the time he told you to do it. So that's that. Ephesians chapter 6, when they talk about putting on the full armor of God, that's why it's so important. We need to make sure that we align our life. We need to make sure that we are fully prepared. We need to make sure that we are aligning our life with God. We need to make sure that we are spiritually prepared. We need to be more practical about our actions. We need to make sure that everything, all the details, everything must line up with God. So let's be intentional about building or rebuilding whatever it is God's telling you to do during this hour. Let's be intentional. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys, and I say it all the time: prayer. Talk to God constantly. Talk to him. Be honest, and he's the only one who's going to give us the strength we need. So I pray that this bless you, and I pray that this is a timely word for many of you. Remember, God is working on me too. I'm just doing my part, and I thank God for the ones that he allows to pour in me, to encourage me. There's days when I'm ready to throw in the towel too, but I thank God for his strength to keep going, and for those he has surrounded me with godly friendships, godly mindsets. So I pray that this blesses you. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye.